Smith and Wesson Shield, undoubtedly the most underrated concealed carry pistol on the market, and hands down better than anything Glock ever built. And this is the new Smith and Wesson Performance Center Shield Plus Carry Comp. Let's go to range and shoot it. Back. So the Shield Plus. The Shield's been a favorite carry gun of mine for a very long time. I still have my original Shield. I have my Shield Plus, and this is the new 4-inch Performance Center Shield Plus Carry Comp. Before I get too far into this review, let me tell you a little bit about what I do here at RDR. We're a soft goods manufacturer. We specialize in plate gear, placards, chest rigs, a full line of canine gear, EDC belts, battle belts, and of course our ever popular full line holster mods, holster wraps, and holster accessories, all of which you can find on our website at rdrgear.com. So back to the Shield Plus 4-inch. If you were unaware, the Shield Plus does come in 2 barrel lengths, the 4-inch and the standard 3.6. The Shield Plus has been a banger of an EDC pistol from day one. Very overlooked. Don't know why. I think it falls into line with the Glock 43s, 43Xs, I should say, and even the SIG macros, 365s, etc. I personally think it's a better value than all of those other pistols, but for some reason the Smith & Wesson, I think it's got that kind of tainted reputation because the early triggers, right? The Shield Plus has been a shooter in every variant they've ever released. I'm not for sure what kind of sauce they put in here, but oftentimes I find the Shield Plus pistols shoot better than their larger counterparts. I personally carry an M&P 2.0 compact, which is slightly bigger than this gun, because I did not have a 4-inch optics ready pistol prior to getting this 4-inch Shield Plus. We don't have a relationship with Smith & Wesson. They don't know who we are. They kind of keep their circle tight with who they send product to for review. So we went out and bought this one for the review, and I'm happy I did because this thing is a shooter. So when you look at the pistol, as I mentioned earlier, it's a 4-inch slide. You get a variety of magazines. You get the 13-round magazine with the base pad, and the base pads are affixed to the bottom now, so they don't slide up the magazine like in the past. You get, what's really impressive is a 15-round magazine. So now we're back into the 2.0 carry compact, as well as the Glock 19 space, and a very narrow pistol. And then of course you get the 10-inch flush fit. If someone's really worried about printing, you could run this magazine. This one I'd probably just chuck in the trash because I'm not really going to use it. But what really impresses me with this pistol is now having this 15-round magazine. For me, this 15-round magazine fits my hand very, very well. I get a full grip on the pistol, and I don't have any pinky hanging off the bottom of the magazine. Even if I run the 13-round magazine, I'm still pretty good right there as well. The 10-rounder is where I kind of just, the wheels fall off. I've got no place, for that. So even if I was using it because I was worried about printing, this is not conducive to giving me a proper grip on the draw from the holster and or a good two-handed shooting grip. So I would literally run the 13-rounder as my primary magazine and probably the 15-rounder as my backup magazine if I did that. I'm not a big spare mag guy, so I'm just gonna run the 15-rounder and call it a day. But now on this pistol, it's a very, very capable package. The Shield Plus trigger is a shining star of these guns. I'm not for sure what they do to this trigger because, like I mentioned earlier, I often feel the Shield Plus trigger is sometimes better than the larger counterpart in the compact series of the 2.0s. So this is the new version, the Performance Center pistol. As you guys can see here, it has a compensated slide. This is the new slide styling from Smith & Wesson for the Shield Plus. It's decent enough. It's got a good texture, good tactile purchase there. Matching serrations in the front and back. The serrations also go over the top, which is a nice touch. High-vis front sight, ramped rear sight. This is still something I'm not for sure why they still do. you'll notice how far forward the red dot sits. This has been a style of slide cut for RDS in the past with pistols that had this option to mill it aftermarket because these ramped style shield sights. Not for sure why they don't use a narrower dovetailed sight to be able to push that optic back towards the rear. To me, when I look at this pistol aesthetically, it's just off with it being so far forward. It doesn't impede performance or use. It's just weird because when you look at the top, you've got the sight and then you've got the edge of the cut. These are all direct milled red dots, so there's no plate needed. But I feel that with the way this set screw here, right here, you can see how wide this sight is. I just don't know why they don't chop that in half, run a standard dovetail sight in the rear, and push this red dot further back. That would, I think, it'd be aesthetically more pleasing on the eye. And that's just me. I'm running the EPS carry on this here. As I mentioned, this is an RMSC footprint, so it is a direct mounting to the pistol, no plates needed. Fiber optic front sight, but when you look at the compensator on these pistols, it's a pretty narrow hole on the compensation here, right? And when you look at that and the slide, I did feel that it was pretty easy to track today because the Shield Plus already, as I mentioned, shoots well. Adding the comp to the pistol, that made it even easier to track. I didn't find my dot leaving the target much at all. I felt there was more dot leaving the window and a little more left to right yawing with the recoil in the performance header carry comp than I did with the Shield Plus comp. So that's something to be said there. This gun, when I bought both this pistol, and you'll see the review on the Carry Compact, probably, so you've seen that one by now when you'll see this one. But this is a great option because with the 4-inch longer slide, this makes this pistol much easier to conceal carry due to having more slide below the belt line than above the belt line. The one downside, I think, in the consumer side of the house that these pistols have that lacks is the fact that they're still using the Shield Plus frame for the longer slide. I think if Smith and Wesson would have made this slide length and then made a longer frame and add an accessory rail here, that would have been out the park, home run all day. There are options to clamp onto the trigger guard. There are some brands out there. I've never really experimented with those. I'm also not a big weapon light EDC guy. I carry the Cloud Defensive, the Rain, I can't remember, MCH, I think it is, the small one. So I prefer to have a handheld light versus a weapon light. But I do understand that with a weapon light, it's much easier to shoot with two hands. Handheld light, you've got to kind of work that dominant hand stuff. So, but I feel that this pistol should have had an accessory rail. But again, if you look at the history of the gun industry and you look at the Apple iPhone industry, we always see multiple variants of the same thing throughout the year. So I wouldn't be shocked if sometime during the holidays and or into SHOT Show, we saw a Shield Plus Performance Center 3.0, whatever you want to call it, that was an accessory rail compatible pistol that would take the TR7As, subs, etc. weapon lights. So that'll be there. But if you are looking for a pistol like this between the trigger, optic ready, compensator, the very well placed stippling, the 3 magazines that you get included with the package, no red dot plate needed for the RMSC style footprint. For an EDC gun, for someone to have capacity of a Glock 19 in the width of a Smith and Wesson Shield, literally a 1-inch wide pistol, I do not think this is the one you should sleep on. And again, if you get the option to get to your local gun range, shoot one, try one, put one in your hands, I think you'd be very happy with what you get. And guys, if you like this content, you made it this far in the video, like, share, subscribe. You know how that helps us with the YouTube algorithms. And it'll also tell YouTube that you like this kind of content and you want to see more of it. It will show you more. Until next time, be well. Take care.